Hi, my name is Bree, and I'm going to be giving you a collection tour of my Wally collection. Some of my followers on Tumblr were asking for this, so I'm just going to give kind of a quick ish tour. I'm not going to go in depth on everything in my collection, maybe only on a few of my favorite things. Okay, so first we're going to go over the top shelf up here, which is where I mainly put my stuffed animals and the two ears that I have up here. Here I have this little guy from the Disney store. I think he's still available on the Disney store that you can get. Just a cute little plushie of him. And then I have this little guy. He's really cute. He's one of my favorites. He's just so adorable. He's so tiny. I love him. Then I have this rather large Mo plushie. He's really cute. He's really big. I actually got him for I think $5 while thrifting. So this was a really good find. Next we have the little plant boot, which is something actually my parents got me. It's actually a prize that you can win at California Adventure at the Little Wally game. This is one of the prizes you can win. I also heard that you could win the Mo plush that I have too sometimes, depending on what they have available. But it's a cute little boot plushie. Next, I have this cute little Eve plushie. Her head goes all the way around like a little owl. Which is really cute. But I have her. Then I have a really big Eve plushie. Really big Eve plushie. Let me move that. It's really big. Here she is. Still has her tag on her. Her arms move up and down, and her head also moves around, just like the other one. But she's really cute. This is one of my favorite ones that I have that I actually got thrifted also. I have this Wally plushie where he's holding the fire extinguisher. It's a really big, one of my bigger plushies. And you can see how floppy his head is. But he's just super cute. I love that he's holding the fire extinguisher. It's just so adorable. Next, we're gonna go with this Wally. This is kind of just a bigger version of the little small one that I really like. I have this one too. His eyes are really big compared to his body. But he's really cute. I think I got this one secondhand. Also. Next, I have the Wally and Eve Squishmallows. These are so cute. The Wally one has his wheels on the side, his treads. The Eve one has her holding the plant, of course, and they're super soft. You can see kind of the shimmer in her eyes. These are super cute. My coworker actually got me these as a present, and I think they're the cutest things ever. Before I move on to the second shelf, I want to show you the ears that I have on the first shelf. So first I have these really cute 3D printed Wally ears, and you can put a bow in the middle, whatever bow you want to accessorize it with. I actually got these from a seller on Etsy who hand makes them. I got it for my Disney trip in 2024, and they're just super, super adorable. And then next, I have, of course, the official Eve Mickey ears. I don't have the Wally ones yet. The Wally one is significantly more expensive to get than the Eve one. That's why I don't have it yet, but one day I'll have it in my collection. But for now, I just have the Eve one. And you can see that the ears have this little picture, and when you have them together, they make the little picture. So super cute. Okay, we're going to move on now to the second shelf. And this shelf is where I featured all my favorite items in my collection. So my little favorite shelf. So the first thing I'm going to talk about on my favorite shelf is this little watch. Okay. So it's just a little basic little watch that has WALL-E and Eve on it. This is special to me because if you went to go see WALL-E on the premiere day, this is what they gave you, depending on how many they had or which theater you went to. And when I saw the movie when I was a kid, I remember getting one of these, and I wore it for like months and months after I saw the movie because I was obsessed. And then I remember losing it. So my wonderful partner actually got me a new copy of the watch sealed, and it just brings back so many memories to me. So that's why it's in my favorites. Next is actually a Christmas present from my parents, and perhaps my favorite thing in my collection. It is this signed WALL-E pop figure, so you can see I have it in a case, that is actually signed by Ben Burtt, and he is the one that did WALL-E's voice, and a majority Ben Burtt did a lot of the voices in WALL-E and did a lot of work on the movie. So it's very kind of rare to see his signature on things. So this is just like my holy grail. Like, I just love this thing so much. I feel honored to have it. So that's currently in my favorites. And then I have, of course, the soundtrack CD, because the soundtrack is just phenomenal. I have the CD here. Next, I have this little coin that you could get to play the arcade game in California Adventure. There are different Pixar Pier coins that you can get. And this is the WALL-E one that you can get, that my parents got me. Next, behind here, we have a WALL-E and Eve figure. These are actually the interactive ones that move and talk with each other. I don't know if they're turned on right now. They might not be turned on right now. But they actually move and they actually interact with each other. Maybe I'll show that in a different video. Next, behind here, we have the WALL-E soundtrack vinyl, record vinyl. It's so gorgeous, and I love it so much. Me and my partner collect vinyl records, and it's just, the artwork in here is just, it's just beautiful. Next, I have this little WALL-E and Eve little statue here, and it actually lights up if you press the button on the side of the TV. See, his little TV lights up. It's just a cute little scene of them in the truck. This is a statue that you can get at Disneyland that my parents got me for Christmas. Lastly, on my favorites is just this cute little keychain of him. I just think it's just the cutest thing ever. It just brings a smile to my face, so that's why it's in my little favorites, because it's just, come on, he's so cute. Okay, so we looked at the first row, second, and now we're moving on to the third row on the shelf. Okay, so here we have a majority of all my books related to WALL-E, and then here we have all of my Christmas ornaments. So we're just going to quickly look at each one individually before we move on to the books. Okay, so we have this little ornament of him just holding a little boot. I kind of turn them around so you can kind of see the details on them. Okay, next we have this adorable Christmas one of them with the lights around them. It's just so cute. He's holding a little Christmas tree in the boot, little Christmas hat. It's just so adorable, so cute. One of my favorites. Next we have this one. This one of just them holding hands and embracing. It's just so cute, adorable. A majority of these I bought at the Hallmark store or online through Disney on like a Disney website. Next, you have this one of this scene of Wally and Eve. And then you can actually, if you want to put this on the tree, you can actually put one of the Christmas lights inside of Eve to make her light up. So that's kind of creative. I like that. In the back, we have another ornament of the same scene, but a little bit more detailed. You have the lights on her, and then they're on the little bench. This one was actually part of a 10th anniversary celebration. Next, we have this one. I love this one because it sits so perfectly on a shelf. This Wally and Eve one of him with holding the umbrella over her. You can see the little raindrop coming off of the umbrella. You can see the details on the bottom. It's so cute. This one actually is another anniversary one. You can see the 15 here. Celebrating 15 years. Next, we have another Christmas theme one. This time they're in a little ball. You can see the little fake snow on the top and the bottom. And they're holding little Christmas lights. There's Christmas lights around it. And then Wally's got a little Santa hat. So cute. The last ornament I have is this one. I think this is a more recent one. This one of Wally holding the fire extinguisher and it's going off, of him flying. I like the detail of the dirt you can see on his body and on his treads. I think it's a little nice touch. Okay. On the back of this shelf, you can just see some more some toys. We just have this Wally toy, this one, and then this Wally toy too. And then right here we have some pins that I did not include in my pin collection because I want to keep them in the original packaging. These are some really old original pins that came out when the movie came out. And I prefer to keep them in the original packaging, but they're just super cute. I love the colors. Adorable. Okay, we're now gonna move on to books. Okay, so I have a lot of books here. So the first book I have right here is the art book for Wally. It's a beautiful book, showing a lot of like the concept art, early sketches, the character designs, and shows a lot of like how they came up with the story. Here I have a bunch of these Pixar story collections, and these feature a story that is Wally themed. On this one, you can actually see Wally and Eve on the front. This book actually features a short story called A Gift for Wally. It's a Christmas story. And it's just a small little Christmas story about the robots and humans celebrating Christmas together. Super cute. Okay, on to the next one. The next Pixar storybook collection actually has Wally and Eve on the back. This one has another little story. It's just basically the story of the movie, but in a little story form, going over the main events from the film. Next, we have this storybook Pixar collection. This one actually doesn't have Wally and Eve on the back or the front, but it does feature a story of them. This one has a different story titled Back on Earth. This just kind of is a story that follows what happened after the movie of them helping the captain and getting the Earth cleaner and more stable. The robots kind of having a purpose, and just their little adventures. Kind of shows them building the well, like it's like in the ending credits animation, but super cute. Okay, next book is this small children's book, going over the events in the film. I love the cover. I love the little stars. I love how it opens up like this. It's just super cute. Yeah, and it's just a book going over the events from the film. Next, I have a stack of Wally comic books. A lot of people don't know that Wally actually has a comic book series. I have a Tumblr post about it with a link to a great video explaining the events in the comics. So I'll put a link to that so you guys can check it out. But yeah, these are really hard to find. And can come to significant value depending on which covers you have and editions and stuff. I've had these since I was a kid, so some of them aren't in the best condition, but yeah, these are the ones that I have. So I have this one of volume 0. He's holding a little duck. Another edition of volume 0. This edition of volume 3. This edition of volume 1. This edition of volume 2. This cover. Oh, I actually have 2 of this one. I did not know that. This issue number 7. I love this cover. It's just a great cover. This issue of volume 4. Issue 4. And this one of issue number 5. I do not have all of the comics. There are some that are actually much harder to find than others, and aren't seen a lot for sale. So one day I hope to have the complete collection of the comics. Okay, I'm just going to quickly go through the rest of the books that are in that stack. So next we have the Wall-E manga that from 2018. Super cute art style. If you're a Wall-E fan, I definitely recommend this. I had been wanting it for a long time. mainly for this one specific page that I'll show you. It has some like trivia and stuff. Oh, here we go. I just love this page. I think it's beautiful. I love that it says, that plant grew and grew into a great massive tree. They watched over it much like their own child as it grew. Isn't that beautiful? I just think that's so beautiful. And I just love the art in this book so much. So definitely recommend that. Next, it's not a book, but it's just a cute little WALL-E card that my mom actually found at Target. So cute. It says, have a WALL-E jolly Christmas, and it says, don't let any happy moment go to waste. Adorable. You don't see a lot of WALL-E cards just out and about, so it's crazy. Next, just some miscellaneous small WALL-E children's books that I found. Smash Trash. Adorable. This really old golden book of WALL-E is so cute. Not in the best condition. I found it secondhand, but it's just really cute. Last one is this little story reader for young kids. So cute. But yeah, so those are all my books. Okay, so really quickly before I move on to the toy shelf, I want to show you my pop figures. I don't have room on the shelf for them, so I kind of just stack them here for now until I can find another place for them. But I'll show you each one really quick. I have this rainbow WALL-E one. This one of him with the fire extinguisher. Him with the trash lid hat. This one, just normal one. This one of Mo. I know that there is a different variant of this one with Mo, but with the light coming out of the top of his head. But I do not have that one yet. And then just this Eve one. Okay, so now we're going to move on to toys. I have a lot of different toys. Some new and some that came out really old. The newest toy that I have in here actually got like a week ago at Walmart is this Click Fig. I'm not entirely sure. I guess if you click it, it moves, but I'm not going to take it out of the box. But yeah, it's just a little figure that was at Walmart. So that's the most recent find. Let's look at the smaller ones that are here. So I have this one. Most of these are pretty, I found miscellaneous at like thrift stores, garage sales, comic book conventions or pop culture conventions of people selling like old toys and stuff. So some of them are not in the best condition. We have this little WALL-E toy. You can move his arms, you can move his head, you can move his treads, you can move everything on his body. Next, we have this super cute one of him. He's so happy. Unfortunately, his hand broke off when we were moving recently, so I gotta glue it back. But he's just so cute. Look at his little face. Next, I got this actually a Disneyland trip. This was the only WALL-E thing I could find. And it's just this little car that you can move. It's a little WALL-E car. Next, just this little small little Mo toy on a stand. We got a little brick right here. And we have this WALL-E toy and his actually his thing opens. His middle thing actually opens up, but like that. And you put it inside, and you can put it inside, and then you press the back to make it pop out. Okay, so now let's move on to some of the toys in the back. Okay, so now we have this WALL-E figure who is posable. It's just a little figure. You can see that there's other WALL-E ones too. Factory New WALL-E, Eve, and then a Mo one. I don't have that Mo one. I hope to find it sometime. I don't think I have a Factory New WALL-E. I just have the regular one. Okay. Next is this toy. I believe I got this at Target, actually. A WALL-E and Eve set. Posable, you can move their arms and their heads. Let's look at the back. The Eve actually does have a little stand so you can stand her up, which is nice. And you can move around her arms. Super cute. You're going to be hearing me say that a lot in this video. Okay. Next, let's move on to this one. The packaging of this is just so cute. You have this WALL-E figure of just WALL-E. Here on the back, you can see all the different WALL-E figures to collect. Similar to the one on the other one. You can get all the different robots, defective bots, and you can even get the captain, and you can get Otto. Some of these are pretty hard to find. I don't have any of the defective bots or Mo. I don't have Gopher, and I don't have the captain, and I don't have the autopilot either. One day I'll have all of them. But yeah, there's a lot of them. There's a lot of them. But here's the WALL-E one. Next, this one is a recent release. Storytellers has Eve, WALL-E, and Mo, which is really cool. Recreate your favorite movie scenes. So they had a series of these little sets that they came out with for Pixar. You can see the other ones here. But I just think it's really cool that it features Mo in this set too. Speaking of Mo, we have this figure in the back. Disney. It says it's a Disney Store exclusive. I got this secondhand. The box is kind of a little beat up a little bit. But we have this one. Robot snaps to controller, infrared control, spinning movement. So it's a little remote control Mo. You can see on the back. I don't have the other two. I don't have Eve or WALL-E remote control toys. I only have the Mo one. But it's so cute. It's my only, I don't have a lot of Mo toys, so it's really cool when I find one. Okay, and then one of my more recent ones I got secondhand from a collector at a con, my parents actually found, is this little movie scene figures. Here is WALL-E and Awe from the truck scene. Has Eve holding the little flashlight, him dancing, and then his little container, his little lunchbox. On the back, it shows that there's other scenes too. There's the space rescue scene, figures, and then the Rogue Robot scene. So there's 3 scenes to collect. I only have this one out of the 3. The other ones can get kind of more pricey, especially the space rescue one I've seen. But yeah, for now I just have this one out of the 3. WALL-E and Awe. Okay, so now we're gonna move on to the toys and items that are on the bottom row of the shelf. Okay, so we have this. This is actually a WALL-E plug and play that I kept. I cut the kid me wanted to keep this and decided to cut the wires so I could just keep the WALL-E. So I still have this from when I was a kid. You can see the little cockroach on his thing is a button. Yeah, it's really old. So this is just like a plug-in. This is just a plug and play WALL-E. This is a candle, a WALL-E candle that went on a birthday cake of mine for my birthday one year that I kept. Okay, then let's look at these two things right here. Next, we have this pen. This is a moving enamel pen because the arms move, the body moves. You can see it's a Loungefly limited edition. Only 500 of these were made. Really cool. It's really big, so kind of hard to... I don't have it with my other pens because it's so big. Next we have, this is kind of random. I have this WALL-E little pen. I think it still works. Press here. Yeah. Just a light up little sound pen. Really cute. Next, we have this large pop figure scene that my family got me of this scene in the movie. This is a really large set. I don't have a place for it right now. Like, I don't have room for my other pop figures. So it just goes down here for now until I can display it. It's still cool. On the bottom here, we have this large WALL-E figurine. So, let me pull it out. We have this one. I believe you can get this at Target. And it has 20 plus lights and sounds. Let me press it. And the eyes light up. And it has a little remote control. I like the box because the box looks like his truck and the garbage. I think that's just such a cute little detail. It's the back of it. Just so cute. I just love the packaging. I think the packaging is just adorable. So, I'm not taking that out. The last toy I have to show you is this one. So this is the Eve from this from that set that I showed you earlier for this WALL-E. This is the Eve. It's another Disney Store exclusive. I can see here the head and arms extend. It has a base, so you can display it. On the back, it shows the characters, some of them. So we just got that. So that is pretty much everything that is on the shelf. So now we're going to move up here. Okay, let's move this. Okay, so now we have pins and buttons. So we have these two large fig pins. Here's the Eve one and the WALL-E one. I believe I got these at Target. They're really big pens. That's why I don't have them with my other pens, because they're just really big. So I just have them in the case because I think that they look nice. Here are some of the pins and buttons I've gotten secondhand. I've gotten at Disneyland. I've gotten at Hot Topic. At Loungefly. I mean, not Loungefly. Box Lunch. I've gotten them from a variety of different places. Some of the buttons we have here. And then I'm just going to kind of sweep over so you can kind of see each one. I'll kind of talk about which ones are my favorite. The most recent ones that I got was the ship, the Axiom, Bernie, and what was the other one? Bernie, the ship, and this Wally one. I really like this one of him holding the ice creams. I don't know why. I just think it's adorable. I really like the Bernie one too. I think he's really underrated. And I really like this Magic in the Air one. I think it's really pretty. And I really like this boot one, the really large boot one with the cockroach on it. I think is really cute. So those are just some of my favorites. I really like the new design ones that came out recently too, like this one and those two, the new design. I think the style is just like super cartoony and really adorable. Next, we're gonna look at some artwork. So we have this print right here. I bought at a comic book art convention many years ago. I think it's beautiful. Next is this print here, which I am just in love with this artwork. I think this artwork is just so gorgeous and just unique. I love it so much. I can't wait to hang it up sometime, get a frame. Beautiful. I had been wanting it forever, and I got it for it was either my birthday or Christmas from my family. But just gorgeous. Last piece of artwork is this little painting that I did in 2019, I think, of Wally and Eve. It's just a little painting I did that I think is really cute.